I'm Andy Panko, owner of Tenon Financial. Welcome to Retirement Planning Demystified. This video will discuss what you need to know about Roth conversions. But before we start, remember this video is only general explanations and education. It's not specific tax, legal, or investment advice. Before considering acting on anything you see in this video, first consult with your tax, legal, or investment advisor. Like many diligent retirement savers, you've probably spent decades putting money into a traditional IRA or your employer's 401k or 403b plan. The main benefit of these vehicles is tax deferral, which means you don't pay income tax on the money you contribute. Instead, the money stays inside the account and grows over time without you having to pay any tax along the way. You don't pay tax until you take the money out. Now, tax deferral doesn't eliminate tax, it merely kicks it down the road to be dealt with later, typically when you're in retirement. So that begs the question, what taxes are there in retirement? First, you'll have to pay regular income tax on your tax-deferred account withdrawals. Conventional logic says you're likely to have less income in retirement than during your working years. Now, I think this generally holds true. However, even if your income will be lower in the future, what's to say tax rates won't be higher? Nobody knows what tax rates will be in 10 years, let alone in 20, 30, or 40 years. In addition to having to pay ordinary income tax in retirement, there can be other income-based hidden taxes which rear their ugly heads. For more detailed information about each of these, check out my other video, Hidden Taxes in Retirement. But in a nutshell, due to these hidden taxes, more of your Social Security may be subject to income tax. You may lose health insurance subsidies, otherwise known as premium tax credits. You may have to pay more for Medicare because of a premium surcharge mechanism called IRMA, or Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. And you may have to pay additional tax on your passive income like dividends, interest, capital gains, and rental income. Having more of your money in a Roth account as opposed to a tax-deferred account can help you not only reduce your future ordinary income tax, but it can also help prevent or minimize these other hidden taxes. So, what's a Roth account? It's a special type of retirement account where the tax treatment is the opposite of what it is in a traditional tax-deferred account. In a traditional account, you don't pay tax on the money you put in, but instead pay tax on the money you take out. In a Roth, you do pay tax on the money you put in, but normally don't pay tax on the money you take out. Furthermore, like in a tax-deferred account, you don't have to pay tax on the gains while they're still inside the Roth account. The most common type of Roth account is a Roth IRA. Like a traditional IRA, a Roth IRA is an individual retirement account which can be opened up outside of your employer. Also like a traditional IRA, a Roth IRA can invest in almost any stock, bond, mutual fund, exchange-traded fund, and so forth. Many employer-sponsored retirement plans such as 401ks also now offer a Roth option alongside the traditional tax-deferred option. A Roth conversion is when you take money you have in a traditional tax-deferred retirement account and move it or convert it to a Roth account. In the process of converting, you pay tax on the amount of the conversion in the year of the conversion. But once in the Roth, you generally won't ever have to pay tax on it again. Many brokerage firms and custodians allow you to directly convert securities from your traditional account to your Roth account. In other words, you don't have to first sell positions inside your traditional account to then move cash to your Roth account to then repurchase those positions again. Anyone can do a Roth conversion from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA. Unlike the ability to make direct contributions to a Roth IRA, the ability to do Roth conversions is not limited by the amount of your gross income. Whether you're able to do a Roth conversion from your 401k depends on the rules established by the administrator of your particular plan. Not all 401k plans allow Roth conversions. With any Roth conversion, keep in mind you will owe tax on the amount of the conversion in the year of the conversion. While no one knows what the tax laws will be decades from now, we at least know what they are today. If we assume future laws will be roughly similar to current laws, Roth conversions can add tremendous value by letting you manage and minimize your taxes in retirement. Most Roth withdrawals are not subject to normal income tax. Additionally, they don't increase your gross income, thereby helping you avoid the hidden taxes mentioned before. It's great to be able to pay less tax today by putting money into a traditional tax-deferred IRA or 401k, but in doing so, you're giving your future self a potential tax time bomb. If all your retirement savings are in tax-deferred accounts, once you start taking withdrawals, you have no choice but to be hit by whatever taxes are in place at the time. Having diversity in the taxability of your retirement accounts will provide a lot of value. If you have money saved in both tax-deferred and Roth accounts, you'll have flexibility in being able to choose which account to withdraw your money from. For example, you can withdraw just enough from your tax-deferred accounts to stay below the various hidden tax thresholds, and then withdraw the rest of your income needs from your Roth account. Roth accounts can also be a powerful estate planning tool. When you die, your beneficiaries will have to pay income tax on all tax-deferred accounts they inherit from you. Previously, beneficiaries used to be able to stretch out those distributions and taxation thereon of inherited accounts over their lifetimes. But since the enactment of the Secure Act in January 2020, beneficiaries now must generally fully distribute inherited accounts within 10 years. This means your beneficiaries have less flexibility in minimizing the income tax burden of inheriting your tax-deferred assets. On the other hand, when a beneficiary inherits a Roth account, income taxes are rarely required on the distributions. From that perspective, having Roth accounts not only benefits you while you're alive, but also benefits your heirs after you're gone. The best time to consider doing Roth conversions is the period between when you stop working and when you start taking withdrawals from your tax-deferred accounts or receiving Social Security, pensions, or annuities. In that time, you're likely to have very low amounts of taxable income. I've heard this period referred to as the tax planning window. Let's say you stop working at age 65. If you delay taking Social Security, don't start your pension, don't start any annuities, and don't start taking any withdrawals from your tax-deferred accounts, there could be at least a few years where you'll have minimal, if any, taxable income. If you have other assets to live off of during this time, this multi-year period is the ideal time to do Roth conversions. Your conversions will be taxed at the lowest possible income tax brackets, which are currently 10%, 12%, and then 22%. While the tax planning window is often the optimal time to do Roth conversions, you can similarly take advantage of any other years in your life where you have relatively low taxable income. For example, if you're in between jobs for a while, or if you're still working but your wages in one year are for some reason lower than normal. Now, no one knows what tax rates will be in the future, but it's almost certain they'll be higher than what they are today. Between now and the end of 2025, federal income tax rates are most likely the lowest any of us will ever see. As part of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, there were significant reductions in personal federal income tax rates starting in 2018. However, those reductions will sunset or expire at the end of 2025, at which point the rates will go back to their higher pre-2018 levels. Because of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, I can confidently say current federal tax rates are lower than they'll be in 2026 and beyond. Furthermore, considering the amount of money the government is spending on trying to dampen the economic fallout of the COVID-19 pandemic, it's pretty safe to assume taxes will eventually go up even further to help pay off the current stimulus initiatives. All else equal, paying taxes now should be cheaper than paying taxes in 2026 or later. Another reason to consider doing Roth conversions now is to take advantage of current stock prices, which are relatively low. As of the creation of this video in May 2020, the S&P 500 is down about 15% from its record high in February 2020. Assume you were planning on converting $100 from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA this year. Further assume one hypothetical share of the S&P cost $1 in February. Now, that one share has since dropped 15% in value, so it only cost 85 cents. If you had converted $100 in February, you would have only been able to convert to 100 shares, since one share cost $1. If you instead convert $100 now, when the S&P is 15% lower, you'd be able to convert 117 shares, because at 85 cents per share, $100 would now be 117 shares. Doing Roth conversions when share prices are low gives you more bang for your buck and long-term tax savings. Once the money's converted and invested in the Roth, the eventual rebound in stock prices will be tax-free. On the other hand, if the shares stay in the traditional tax-deferred account, the rebound and any subsequent growth will eventually be taxed. When doing a Roth conversion, you need to pay very close attention to how much other taxable income you'll have that year. First, you want to make sure you have enough cash on hand to pay that year's higher tax bill. Depending on the size of the conversion and the amount of the other tax withholdings, you may need to make additional estimated tax payments in the year of your conversion instead of waiting to pay the tax the following April. Underpaying tax throughout the year could lead to penalties. Second, you want to be careful to not convert so much that you bump yourself up into an unnecessarily high tax bracket. You'll also want to be careful to not put yourself over any of the other hidden tax income thresholds previously mentioned. Third, Roth conversions cannot be undone. If you're unsure on precisely how much you're able to safely convert, err on the side of caution and convert less than you think you should. Finally, it's important to understand the conditions which must be met in order for Roth withdrawals to be tax-free, otherwise known as qualified. Withdrawals of direct contributions to a Roth IRA are always tax and penalty free, but withdrawals of conversions may be subject to a 10% early withdrawal penalty if you're not at least 59 and a half, or if it has not been at least 5 years since the conversion. If you're older than 59 and a half, the only other condition for all Roth withdrawals to be qualified is that you must have had a Roth account open for at least 5 years. The conditions necessary to be qualified tax-free Roth withdrawal can get pretty convoluted pretty quickly, especially if you're younger than 59 and a half. If you're not 100% confident in your understanding of all the relevant Roth rules, it would be best to work with a professional when you consider doing Roth conversions. You can also check out my other videos about Roth accounts for more information about Roth withdrawal rules. Roth accounts are exceptionally powerful long-term tax management tools, but taking advantage of them requires a lot of careful planning. With the proper analysis, Roth conversions can be an unbelievably valuable part of your retirement plan. Well, that's it for my summary of what you need to know about Roth conversions. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel so you can be the first to know when new videos are posted. And don't forget to subscribe to my monthly newsletter, Retirement Planning Insights, which provides informative retirement planning tips and info. Also, join my free Facebook group, Taxes in Retirement, where you can get answers to all your retirement-related tax questions. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.